Feminism versus chauvinism. Let's talk about it. But let us first talk about the history of feminism and the history of chauvinism. See, chauvinism was created by the white man to rule over the white woman. And the white woman created feminism in order to combat that rulership. So we have two philosophies or movements that were created by the white Europeans. Now, where do we come into play? Well, we kind of got dragged into it. First, it being the black woman, because she was the first to join the feminist movement, way before black men eventually end up falling into the same trap by joining the chauvinist movement. And this is why you have male chauvinists that are on YouTube making videos about feminism and about women. And this is why you now have black women and black men indulging into a war that they had nothing to do with. See, at the time when the white woman and the white male was going at it, when the white male was flexing his power and being chauvinistic and ruling over the white woman, and she decided to create a combative movement herself by the name of feminism, we were living by a total different system and philosophy. Because see, our black culture never practiced feminism or chauvinism. Yes. Are you surprised? No, we did not practice it at all. Matter of fact, the first practice of either two of those movements first came when the angry white woman created feminism, and she needed some power because she didn't have that much power because the white man was just raining down on her. He was just putting the pimp hand down on her ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't vote, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Now, even though she was still living a beautiful life, let's not get twisted. She was still living a life 100 times better than a black woman. Let's not forget. But for the sake of this video, we're going to say that the white woman was somewhat suffering, right? Even though she had the finest dresses, lived in the finest houses, you know what I'm saying, ate the best food, she was still suffering. Whatever. But anyways, back to the video, right? So we got dragged into it because she needed some power. So she ran after the black woman because she seen how powerful the black woman was in the civil rights movement. So she included or started to recruit, black women into her movement because she needed them. Because black women are very spiritually strong women because they come from a king and queen system, which allowed them to be strong. You know why? Because the black man did not practice chauvinism back in those days. We allowed our women to be queens. We never put our women up under us. Nor do we ever have the desire to conquer her or dominate over her. Matter of fact, there were queens that were actually kings back in those Timbuktu days, okay? There was very powerful black women. We never, as a race, ever had problems with a black woman having power. Now think about that. Isn't that kind of contradictive? Because the white woman was having a whole different experience with her man. She was being dominated and conquered. So if you really think about it, the black woman and the white woman had nothing in common. Because the white woman was being conquered and the black woman was being celebrated. Oh, here we go. See, I come to destroy. No more games. I can destroy all the Cynthia G's and the Cry Logics. I come to destroy all the Kevin Samuels. Anybody that is practicing chauvinism or feminism is practicing a European theology. Yes, you are practicing something that was created by white people for white people. And that's the reason why it will not work for us. And that's why we are so toxic to each other, because it wasn't made for us. It's not FUBU on this one, okay? It was made for them. It was specifically designed and made for the European struggle in the European sexist war that was created from the white man's chauvinism to the backyard of the white woman's feminism. Now, if we were smart as black people, we would not indulge in that kind of behavior nor carry those philosophies, because we come from a king and queen system. Do you know what a king and queen system is? That's when the king understands that he needs the queen, and the queen understands the position of the king. Whew. See, lights out. It's over for you. It's over. I told you, I will define, I will break down, I will destroy any philosophy that is not good for our people. And if you are smart, male or female, you will run away from chauvinism and you will run away from feminism, because it is a European trait. Now, unless you have become a full-fledged Black European, which is what you're really doing, because you are practicing a white European philosophy, okay? And you guys are acting out a white cultural philosophy. So when black men are on here going crazy, and when white, you know what I'm saying, women are basically telling the black man that he's better off with her, and then now you got the white man telling the black woman that she's better off with him. See, we have indulged ourselves, and we have now jumped in bed with this whole feminism and chauvinism movement. And this movement does not belong to us. It belongs to them. It's their problem. But now that we have somehow tripped and fell into a pile of boo-boo, now look what we're going through. Black men and black women are on here fighting like cats and dogs because they are practicing a cultural behavior that does not belong to them. We come from a king and queen system. They come from a feminism, or excuse me, they come from a feminist and a chauvinistic culture. Okay? Understand that. So if you are continuing to practice these behaviors like Cynthia G, Crylogic, Kevin Samuels, and anybody else that's on here that's indulging in this gender war, aka white supremacy behavior, because it came from white people, did not come from black people. Our culture does not practice, never have practiced chauvinism and feminism. You can look out throughout the history books and go all the way back to Timbuktu. You will not see anything. You will not see no such thing being practiced as feminism and chauvinism in the black culture. And to that I say goodbye. Like, subscribe, and it's always my pleasure to destroy feminism and chauvinism. Like, subscribe, and it's always one love.